A sitting Catholic bishop in Germany just said, on the record, that having more church members isn't actually his top priority. That's Bishop Gerhard Feige of Magdeburg, and his comments came right as his own diocese is watching people leave in droves. What he proposes instead of evangelization says a lot about where parts of the German church are headed. Let's start with the interview itself. Bishop Gerhard Feige of the Diocese of Magdeburg spoke with the German magazine Herder Korrespondenz, published in its September issue. He was asked directly about fellow bishops calling for evangelization as a response to Catholics leaving the church in large numbers. His answer was blunt. I am very skeptical of strategies and methods designed to deliberately persuade people. He pointed to sociologists of religion, citing secularization, pluralization, individualization, and what he called mobilization and digitalization, as forces making evangelization feel, in his words, not the right answer. So, what does Feige propose instead of actually calling people back to the faith? He said the church should focus on being diaconal, meaning service-oriented through charity and social work, and what he called a cultural dimension of ministry. Then came the line that really stands out. Of course, it would be nice to have more members, but that's not our top priority. The church's mission is to serve society selflessly. He even quoted theologian Karl Rahner. The church is not a stove that warms itself. But here's where it gets more complicated. Feige isn't new to controversy. He's a longtime supporter of Germany's synodal way, has implemented guidelines allowing Protestants to receive Holy Communion in his diocese, and has publicly called for female ordination, the end of mandatory priestly celibacy, and changes to church teaching on homosexuality. Back in 2020, during COVID lockdowns, Feige went even further, calling Catholics who wanted access to the sacraments whining and describing the closure of churches as a luxury problem. So, why does this matter now? Because Feige made these comments in a state, Saxony-Anhalt, where the Alternative for Germany party is currently leading the polls by a wide margin ahead of September elections, and where mass church departures continue. A bishop overseeing a rapidly shrinking diocese has just told Catholics, in print, that growing the church isn't the priority. For a bishop already known for downplaying the sacraments during COVID and pushing intercommunion with Protestants, this fits a consistent pattern, not an isolated remark. When a bishop says winning souls for Christ isn't his top priority, it's worth asking what exactly he thinks the church is actually for. Do you think Bishop Feige's approach reflects a real crisis in how some German bishops understand the church's mission? Tell me what you think in the comments, and subscribe for more coverage on the state of the church in Germany.